As of today, November 6, 2025, it has officially been 10 years since Call of Duty Black Ops 3 released. So today is obviously a very special day. We're going to be celebrating this, going through, playing a bunch of the different modes of the game. But before we get into that, I do just gotta say that Black Ops 3, while Black Ops 2 has always been my favorite COD of all time, Black Ops 3 is definitely way up for me, way up there for me as well. And I literally own every single version of the game, the Xbox 360 and the PS3 version, which we have played on the channel before. And if you don't know anything about this, I recommend going and watching some of my older videos on that, because it's an interesting version of the game, and it's actually the version I played throughout the game's life cycle. It's a bit of lore that we'll get into as we play, but I also have, obviously, the Xbox One and PS4 version. Today, we'll be playing the PS4 version via PlayStation 5. Now, I know it's 7 a.m. on a Thursday... Okay, well, there's... I didn't even get to finish what I was going to say. Can we find a... Of course we can find a match. This game is still alive as ever. But anyway, yeah, as I had insinuated before, also, somebody's mic is going in the background. I can't wait to mute that. All right, now that we got that guy muted, okay, this is a really dark map. I was hoping that maybe we could play something a bit lighter, like, I don't know, maybe Nuketown. But anyway, yeah, as I had said before, Black Ops 3 on Xbox 360 and PS3 is actually how I originally experienced Black Ops 3, and I didn't get to play the normal version of the game until 2016, Christmas of 2016. I mean, that's not entirely true. I obviously I had friends with PlayStation 4s and Xbox One, so I did get to play the game the way that it was intended to be played a myriad of times throughout its life cycle. It's just that I didn't actually own it for myself in that way. But I do remember, because I had an Xbox 360 in my mom's and a PlayStation 3 in my dad's, and both my mom and my dad, it wasn't even coordinated. It just, they both got me Black Ops 3 on the platforms that I had at each of their houses. And again, it wasn't like planned or anything. It's just they both got it on launch day. And also my birthday is October 26th, so it's always kind of been a thing where, like, you know, the new COD comes out around my birthday, so it's sort of like a birthday gift that my mom would hook me up with on my birthday. It's actually pretty cool too, because even now, even though I'm in my 20s, I mean, every time that a new Call of Duty pre-order goes live, I pre-order it immediately. Like, for example, Black Ops 7, as soon as the Vault Edition pre-order went live during Gamescom, I pre-ordered the Vault Edition right away. But even still, my mom sent me the money that was, like, credited my account for what the Vault Edition would have been worth, just to kind of keep that tradition going. I remember seeing it pop up on my Cash App, and I was like, you know what, I really appreciate that. But anyway, getting back on track here. So, yeah, obviously the Xbox 360 and PS3 version of the game were really different. They only had multiplayer and zombies. There was no campaign in the game, and overall, I mean, graphically speaking, gameplay speaking, there's literally no Treyarch branding on the Xbox 360 and PS3 version of the game either. It's just Beanox and Activision. Like, when you boot up the game, you will never see a Treyarch logo present anywhere in the game, not on the startup, literally nothing. Now, obviously, in terms of the multiplayer, Black Ops 3 was a bit controversial because it's one of the futuristic games with the wall running and the advanced jumping, but I feel like of all the futuristic Call of Duties, obviously Black Ops 3 was the least controversial, and everybody just kind of unanimously agreed that, like, you know what, this works, this game is fun. Obviously, there were still a lot of naysayers that preferred the boots on the ground combat, but the way I see it, Call of Duty's been one of those series where they're not afraid to innovate when, they feel like they need to shake up the formula. And say what you will about the yearly release cycle or any of these other things about the franchise, it took guts to take the series in the direction that they did with Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, etc., when they easily could have kept playing it safe and released more Black Ops 2s and Modern Warfare 3s. And personally, I know this is a really spicy take, but I actually really enjoyed all the futuristic games, and I loved how they play it. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, and I know this is definitely gonna be a hot take, Infinite Warfare was my favorite in terms of just overall gameplay of the futuristic Call of Duties. I just feel like it felt the smoothest and just felt the most refined overall. It just basically felt like a refined Black Ops 3 in terms of the movement and the gunplay and everything. I mean, in terms of just overall the game as a whole, I would still say Black Ops 3 was my favorite of that era, but Infinite Warfare, just in terms of gameplay, I thought was the most refined. That was also a completely different era for Infinity Ward as well, because from Infinite Warfare backwards, there was like one era of Infinite Ward. I get that so confusing, like Infinite Warfare and then Infinity Ward, but you had like that era of Infinity Ward and then Modern Warfare 19 onwards. I'm not saying one is better than the other, I'm just saying it's two different eras. I love Vision Pulse in this game. It's literally just like the wall hack perk that they gave us in Black Ops 6. Hold up, we got somebody up here, I thought. Where? Bro, where in the heck did he go? But yeah, I have a lot of fond memories of this game, and I remember I got really excited since I was on the Xbox 360 version, mainly my mom's house, because I mainly lived with her. I remember when they announced that Horizon Draha and the Giant and everything would be coming to the Xbox 360 version of the game, and I was just really, I just remember being really happy and excited about that, because originally they said no DLCs were coming to the game, and unfortunately, Zetsubo, Go Rod, Revelations, and especially Non-Zombies Chronicles, none of that ever ended up coming to the last-gen version of the game, but I was still just happy to have Horizon Draha at the very least. I played that map so much, man. It's one of those things where it's easy to rag on last-gen versions of games, right? Whether that be like the PS3 360 versions of BO3 or like the PS4 or base Xbox One versions of Black Ops 6, which, they're, sorry, barely I'm gonna die. I don't know why that happens. I just be talking sometimes and then my body just says, no, you're gonna die now. Oh, I forgot this game had custom emblems. Oh my gosh, wasn't this the last Call of Duty to have custom emblem. Maybe I might be wrong about that, but yeah, I forgot about that, man. That's so cool. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, I know it's easy to rag on like last gen versions of games because they run at like lower res or lower frame rates or the graphics look one way or another, but honestly, for the people that are not as like financially you know, like they're just not, they don't got as much money or whatever, like it's really nice for people like them that just want to experience these games and stuff. And you know, I know there is a thing of like, okay, eventually, you know, you do kind of have to move on from certain hardware or consoles. Like I know next year Call of Duty's after this game, I'm pretty sure Black Ops 7 is going to be the last one coming to PS4 and Xbox One. You know, eventually you got to make that leap, but you know, at least for the time, for as long as they can, it just makes sense to support the older consoles and let as many people experience the game, you know. Anyway, I only have 23 crypto keys, which means I could open common supply drops, but instead, for the sake of content, I am going to spend real money in 2025 to open a rare supply drop. It's only $2, so who cares? Cool. God, I do not miss when Call of Duty was literally a gambling simulator, man. Oh, wait, that actually gave me enough crypto keys to open another one. There, see, return on investment. Okay, there we go. We got Storm Camo for the Razorback. Don't have that unlocked yet. Haymaker, Fastback variant. Don't have that unlocked yet. Man, I love gambling. There's so much cool stuff in this game, too. Yeah, like the campaign, the MPN, Dringo Boom, multiplayer, zombies. And then in the bonus, man, you literally had a zombies campaign here. Obviously, it was just more or less a campaign racing, but it was still really cool with Nightmares. You had Free Run, which was really cool, and then Dead Ops Arcade 2. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and go into Free Run. Yeah, we'll just do Alpha, man. Do you guys remember this mode? This mode was so cool. Black Ops 3 Free Run in 2025. Do you guys remember this mode? You know, I feel like it would be really cool if nowadays we could have it in the modern COD somehow. I know it would be a bit different, and obviously it was more just because these games had advanced movement, and that's why I was there. But I feel like even with Omni movement, it could be cool if they could have some sort of training courses where you have to, like, I don't know, dive over obstacles and, like, try to, I don't know, see how fast you can complete a course. Because it's not like this mode was even just shoehorned in either. Like, there was actual, like, technical and professional techniques to speedrun these things that were actually kind of insane. There's like all sorts of world records for them. Some of the later ones are a bit more challenging too. I remember the final stage takes a good bit of effort to get beaten, especially at a like fast pace. Oh god, okay, yeah, dude, I never die on this. What is going on? Listen, man, I haven't played this in like years. It's kind of funny because if you guys remember early custom zombies maps in Black Ops 3, all of them use this exact same skybox. Could you imagine if they'd re-release Black Ops 3 for Xbox Series X and PS5 now that the console's more powerful with custom zombie support? Dude, that would be insane. Activision, if you want to print money, do that. Either that or give us custom zombies with console support in Black Ops 7. I mean, dude, that would go crazy as well. Could you, like, I know oh my god, dude, I keep dying in this. Like, I know Black Ops 3 custom zombies can go crazy and there's a lot of things they can do with that, but I'm talking modern COD with the modern engine. I know it's not realistic, but could you imagine how insane custom zombies would be, especially if you let the community, like, custom configure custom, like, classic modes in the game that replicate, like, Black Ops 3 zombies without all the modern mechanics? Dude, like, I'm telling you, they would print money. And you gotta think of it this way. It's not like Black Ops 3, because there's an argument for Black Ops 3 where it's like, oh, the game had DLC, so maybe they lost out on money by having custom zombies. Bro, all of the live service content nowadays is literally free. They'd be missing out on zero money. Now, obviously, since we're playing Black Ops 3, there is one last mode that we really, you know, if I could, I'd play every single mode in this video, but I really don't want to drag this video out and make it any longer than it needs to be. But if you guys would want like a more, I don't know, in-depth look at this game or something like that in the future, the next time we do an anniversary video and literally touch every pillar of the game, I'd be down to do that. But at least just to kind of cover our bases, we got MP, we got Free Run, which is the unique mode, and then obviously, if we're playing Black Ops 3, we gotta go into Zombies, man. Shadows of Evil, in my opinion, one of the greatest zombies maps ever made, and I remember, even though I played this again on last-gen consoles at launch, I still play this map like crazy, had so much fun with it, and fell in love with it immediately. Nothing compares to the feeling of loading into Shadows of Evil and just looking around, because, you know, like I said before, you know, obviously, I played this game on last-gen consoles at launch, so when I finally went to my buddy's house and I loaded this up on Xbox One and then, like, PS4 and stuff for the first time, it just absolutely blew my mind, and even to this day, it's still just, it's a whole different vibe loading into this map. I know this is going to be kind of weird for me to say, considering that this game is 10 years old, but aesthetically speaking, in terms of art style and graphics, I would say that Black Ops 3 is one of, if not my favorite Call of Duties, because I know, like, realistically speaking, it doesn't look as good fidelity-wise as, say, like, Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 7 or anything. I will say, I really do like Black Ops 7's aesthetic, and it may actually take the cake on that, because for me, it ranks up there with, like, it's like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, those are some of my favorite games aesthetically. Advanced Warfare. With how Black Ops 7 is looking so far, you know, that may end up changing, and it may actually rank up there for me. But anyway, just at least at the moment, like, aesthetically speaking, Black Ops 3 just looks so good. There's something about this game where it's just satisfying to look at. I remember geeking out so hard the first time I did this beast mode thing. I was like, whoa, what the heck? You got, like, all these, like, tentacles. It's just on the side of your screen, you gotta, like, run around the map. Dude, this map, like, this is when Zombies just wasn't afraid to be absolutely crazy and weird, and it just worked. It's like, oh yeah, you use this lamp thing and then you turn into this tentacle monster and you go around grapple hooking, zapping, smashing stuff open and fighting zombies as this tentacle monster. And yeah, sure, that just makes sense. I also love how this map had so many ties with Mob of the Dead and stuff like that. Like you can see the plane flying overhead and just overall the storyline of it, where it's one of those of the Dead type maps like Call of the Dead, Mob of the Dead, or Shadows of Evil. I love how unique this map was too, because it had, you know, like unique perk jingles, had a really unique aesthetic, had a lot of weapons that were unique to the map. There we go, got the 500 points from the little receipt thing. Go back into the tentacle form for a minute. So yeah, you run out here. I didn't do this the first time because I didn't even open up the first door. I was literally just messing around for the sake of the video, but then you zap up here, take the shortcut by jumping over here on the balcony, jumping over here. Like, it's what I was saying in one of my videos. I think it was actually last night's video when I was playing Black Ops 4 Zombies, and I was like, classic zombies is just muscle memory to me. It doesn't matter how long it's been since I played it last, I just boot it up and it all comes back to me immediately. Like, I don't even have to think about it. This was also the first game where they tried to experiment with having camo grinds and zombies. As you can see here, I have Red Hex on my RK5. Love this camo, and now we're gonna do one of these rituals. Dude, I'm getting, like, I don't even know how to explain what I'm feeling right now. Like, obviously it's partly nostalgia, but I guess it's also just a sense of relief of being able to play this again here, you know, even 10 years on. It's just, it's very comforting, it's very reassuring, and it's one of those things where when I revisit classic games like this, you know, life is, you know, I'm not trying to get too real or sad or serious in this video, but, you know, life is kind of a tricky thing, and it's never exactly going to take it easy on you, and I feel like I can speak for a lot of people when I say 2025 hasn't really been taking it easy on a lot of us, just in terms of the things life has been putting us through, and, you know, the world and everything in general right now. But, you know, just still having a game like this to go back to, it's, I don't know, it's sort of like a gateway or a time capsule back to a simpler, and I would say a better time. You know, I hate to be that guy and be like, oh, things were just better back then, because it can be a bit of like a rose-tinted goggle situation, but I feel like, objectively speaking, I feel like a lot of us can agree that things in 2015, and just with life in general, were objectively better in a myriad of ways, and I feel like refuting that would be rather ignorant. So yeah, obviously everybody's situation's unique, but I just more or less mean, generally speaking, in terms of the world, in terms of the world as a whole, and just society as a whole and everything. But, so yeah, I don't know. That's part of why I love revisiting these CODs, and just for a Call of Duty that is as important to me as Black Ops 3, especially since it was at a time in my life where, you know, I was like developing, you know, I was in middle school at the time, becoming a bit older, and this game kind of lasted for me through middle school. It was that period between like middle school to high school, you know, so it's just sort of like that weird, like, you know, in between period where I'm just sort of like figuring everything out, and yeah, man, you know, it's just, I love this game. I know a lot of you love this game as well, you know, considering the fact that you've, you know, watched the video up to this point. I'm sure we all have, you know, very fond memories of this game, and I will say, you know, just like playing Black Ops 7, I'm getting a lot of Black Ops 2 meets Black Ops 4 meets Black Ops 3 vibes from it, just in terms of how they're handling it, just the gameplay as a whole and everything, and the feelings that I get while playing the game. You know, it's the first game since Black Ops 4 that hasn't had SBMM. They're doing away with a lot of the modern systems, and it's just going back to the roots of Call of Duty in a lot of ways while blending it with the modern stuff, and I'm just really excited to see what this year has in store for us, and, yeah, you know, I'm just remaining hopeful for the future, because I feel like in today's world, it's all you can do. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. There is our trip to the past with Black Ops 3, with the multiplayer, the zombies, and the fun little free run mode that I'm sure a lot of you forgot about until watching this video. But anyway, yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't want to drag this video out. We'll just kind of go ahead and wrap it up there. As always, if you guys want to have conversations about this game down in the comments, I always love talking with you guys down there. I know I haven't been as active in my comment section in the last couple weeks, if I'm being honest. It's just, again, been one of those things where life's been a little crazy, but I never inherently ignore my comments or, you know, intentionally do that. It's just that sometimes it may take me a few days or a week to get down there just because of life and whatnot, but I will be getting back to that here shortly, especially at the launch of Black Ops 7. So if you guys want to start talking about Black Ops 3 down there, I'd love to get that conversation going, but otherwise, yeah, I think we'll call it there for today's video. But anyway, as always, a massive shout out to the Patreons and to the members to get all in the low baller tier, and an even bigger shout out to some of the King and me 10 many, and the biggest shout out to DJ Run Event, just Lucy Scroll and Script. Thank you guys so much, just a little legends. I love you. Good on you, Dodoki, Irigito Gozaimasu. Have an amazing day, super beautiful. I love you all. Peace.